Bill Spencer's new fashion house will change everything on the bold and the beautiful. It has been decades on the bold and the beautiful since Forrester Creations had any real competition in the fashion world. But spoilers say that is finally going to change. Dollar Bill Spencer just dropped a bomb on Katie Logan and revealed he was starting a fashion company for her. Great news for Katie, not so great news for the Forresters. Is Forrester Creations in trouble on the bold and the beautiful? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's coming up next on the daytime show. The Spencer family gathered last week for Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, and Hope Logan's Annika Noel big day. Dollar Bill decided to seize the moment and surprise Katie with a wedding proposal of his own. But wait, there's more. Will Ridge lose people to Katie's new company? Since Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., sidelined her at work, Bill Spencer, Don Dumont, is giving Katie her own fashion company to run. The stars are aligning for some major Forrester family drama, so there's a chance Katie Logan could take half of their employees with her. Rumor has it Eric Forrester, John McCook, might even take his designs that Ridge didn't want of the new company that Katie is spearheading. Longtime Bold and the Beautiful fans will recall Sally Spectra, Darlene Conley, and Massimo giving the Forresters a run for their money in the 1990s. But the Spectra family has been long gone. A few years ago, the writers tried to bring back the Spectras and have some fashion showdowns, but it didn't bring in the ratings like TPB anticipated. Earlier this year, showrunner Bradley Bell hinted B&B was going to get back to its fashion roots, and there would be a new family rivalry brewing. Fans were convinced the soap was bringing back the Spectra family again. But a Spencer fashion house is even better. Bill Spencer has joined the fashion world. The storylines and potential power plays and betrayal are endless now that Bill Spencer has joined the fashion world. Ridge Forrester and the gang at FC should be very concerned. Are you excited about the Forresters' new competition? Could Katie and Bill put them out of business? The whispers started last week. Hushed rumors in the halls of Spencer Publications that something monumental was brewing. But today it's confirmed. William Bill Spencer Jr., the media mogul who has ruthlessly controlled publishing in Los Angeles for decades, has made a move so audacious, so devastating to the fashion world, that it guarantees the bold and the beautiful will never be the same. In a stunning, multi-billion-dollar pivot, Bill Spencer is officially launching a brand new luxury fashion house, Spencer style, or perhaps, given Bill's ego, the Dollar Collection. This isn't just a new competitor. This is a declaration of war. And the collateral damage will be felt most acutely at Forrester Creations and Hope for the future. The betrayal. Why now, Bill? The biggest question gripping viewers is, why? Bill Spencer has always loathed the fashion industry. He has consistently mocked it, viewing the entire enterprise as a frivolous, fragile playground for the Forrester snobs. His past attempts to infiltrate the industry were always driven by romantic obsession, namely his attempts to win over Brooke Logan or later his complicated relationship with Katie Logan. This time, the motivation appears different and infinitely more dangerous. Pure, unadulterated revenge and the lust for ultimate power. The Forrester/Logan dynamic. Bill is currently the ultimate outsider. He is isolated from Brooke, who has recently gravitated back toward Ridge. He has been shut out by his sons, Liam and Wyatt, who are fiercely loyal to their current partners, Hope and Florence/Steffi. Launching a direct assault on the industry that defines the lives of everyone who has rejected him is Bill's ultimate power play. He's not just taking a piece of the pie, he wants to burn the entire bakery down. A new muse. Sources indicate Bill has partnered with a mysterious, international design genius. Could this be a new love interest? A forgotten ex-wife? Or perhaps a new character designed to be the ultimate thorn in Steffi and Hope's sides? The possibilities are endless, but one thing is certain. She or he will be formidable. Fire the fashion war. The stakes for Forrester Creations fire. Bill's entry into the game means the long-simmering rivalry between the Forrester and Logan families is about to erupt into an unprecedented commercial and personal firestorm. 1. The Steffi/Hope rivalry, amplified chart increasing. The core conflict of the show revolves around the competition between Steffi Forrester, Forrester Creations, and Hope Logan, Hope for the Future. Bill's fashion house provides an immediate, external threat that could force them to collaborate or tear them apart permanently. The theft of talent. Imagine the drama as Bill tries to poach key designers. Will he lure Zend Forrester Dominguez with a bigger title? Will he tempt Thomas Forrester with the chance to design without the constant scrutiny of his family, preying on Thomas's inherent need for validation? The biggest potential betrayal? Bill going after R.J. Forrester, promising him the creative freedom his father, Ridge, never gave him. The line of demarcation. If Steffi and Hope are forced to fight Spencer style, they'll have to choose how to allocate Forrester's resources. Does Hope for the Future get cut loose? Does Steffi have to put her principles aside and partner with someone she despises? 2. Brooke and Ridge, the ultimate test ring. Ridge Forrester's entire identity is tied to Forrester Creations. Bill is attacking Ridge's legacy, his family, and his greatest passion. Brooke's impossible position. Brooke has a shared history with Bill that is impossible to ignore. Will she be asked to use her influence to help Forrester? Or will her connection to Bill cause Ridge to doubt her loyalty once again? This plot point is a guaranteed path back to the Bridge versus Beatty, Brooke versus Katie, divide, as Katie may view Bill's new venture as a legitimate, exciting opportunity. The takeover threat. Bill doesn't just want to outsell Forrester, he wants to own it. If the competition drives Forrester's stock down, Bill could launch a hostile takeover, forcing the family to scramble for survival. The dollar bill's design vision money bag. What will Spencer's style actually look like? It won't be flowery or romantic like Hope's line, nor will it be Steffi's avant-garde glamour. Bill's line will be about power, exclusivity, and raw sex appeal. Imagine a line called the Steel Collection, featuring sharp architectural lines, metallic fabrics, and designs meant for the boardroom, the private jet, and the exclusive penthouse suite. It will be the antithesis of everything the Forresters stand for, a luxury brand built on the arrogance and wealth Bill has amassed over a lifetime of cutting corners and breaking hearts. The final verdict, a new era of B&B. This fictional development is exactly the kind of high-stakes, deeply personal drama B&B thrives on. The announcement of Spencer Style isn't just about fashion. It's about shifting the entire power dynamic of the show. The Spencer Empire and the Forrester Dynasty were once two separate lanes of soap opera drama. Now, they are on a collision course. Bill's ultimate victory won't be measured in sales figures, but in how many Logans and Forresters he can bring to their knees. Brace yourselves, B&B fans. The fashion world and the lives of your favorite characters. B&B fans. Will Bill succeed in crushing Forrester? Which designer do you think he'll poach first? Let us know in the comments. I have written this as a highly engaging news-style piece filled with speculation, character analysis, and classic B&B dramatic hooks. Would you like me to focus on one of these speculative plot points, like Bill's mysterious new muse, or Thomas Forrester's ultimate betrayal, and expand it into a more detailed follow-up piece? Broken Heart, today's earth-shattering B&B news. Bill Spencer's new fashion house will change everything. Broken Heart, it's not Bill's house, it's Katie's, the ultimate weapon against the Forresters. The news is far more personal and far more devastating to Forrester Creations than anyone imagined. We can now confirm that Bill Spencer is not launching Spencer Style for his own ambitions, but as an elaborate, over-the-top, and potentially destructive wedding gift to his newly remarried wife, Katie Logan Spencer, Heather Tom. The true nature of this sad news is the imminent split of the Logan family and the birth of a new, fierce rival that will challenge Forrester Creations at the very moment it is most vulnerable. The betrayal, a Logan versus Logan showdown. The key to this entire storyline lies not in Bill's desire for fashion domination, but in his intense desire to make Katie feel cherished and powerful, while simultaneously taking a brutal swipe at his eternal rival, Ridge Forrester, Torsten K. Katie has been feeling undervalued and underappreciated in her public relations role at Forrester Creations. With her sister Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang, always prioritizing Ridge and the Forrester name, and with Eric Forrester, John McCook, recently being pressured into retirement, Katie felt like a redundant Logan at a Forrester-run company. Now, Bill has given her a monumental out, her own fashion house. The power shift. This isn't just a job, it's a dynasty. Katie, who was CEO of Forrester Creations years ago, is uniquely qualified to run a fashion company. With Bill's limitless wealth and media empire, Spencer Publications' Ion Fashion, at her back, this new venture, likely named something to give a nod to the Logans or Spencers, will be a formidable rival from day one. The Logan split. The most heart-wrenching drama will be the immediate fissure between the Logan sisters. Will Brooke see this as a wonderful opportunity for her sister, or a direct threat to her husband Ridge's legacy? The sisterly bond between Katie, Brooke, and Donna will be put to the ultimate test as their professional loyalties are divided. Fire the fashion war. The stakes for Forrester Creations fire. Bill's gift couldn't have come at a worse time for Forrester, where power struggle is already brewing. 1. The Thomas/Hope conflict, a ticking time bomb. Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, has returned to Forrester Creations, insisting he needs to be back at his family's company. This is immediately creating tension with Hope Logan Spencer, Annika Noel, who does not want to work closely with her recently reconciled ex-fiancé on her Hope for the Future line. The defection of Hope? Steffi is pushing for Thomas to take the lead designer role, dismissing Hope's current designer, Deke Sharp Harrison Cohn. This could be the final straw. If Hope is pushed out or feels professionally stifled, she could easily jump ship and take the entire Hope for the Future line, or at least her talent, to her Aunt Katie's new fashion house. This is the most devastating scenario for Ridge and Steffi. A new home for Deke. If Steffi sidelines Deke, Katie's new fashion house has an immediate, talented designer ready to join their team. 2. The Eric factor, the ultimate betrayal. The greatest risk to Forrester Creations is the rumored defection of its founder, Eric Forrester, John McCook. Having been pressured into an unwanted retirement by Ridge, Eric feels unappreciated and undervalued. The design genius. Eric is a design legend who still has creative fire. Fans are speculating that Bill could finance a new fashion house where Katie is the CEO and Eric is the chief designer. This pairing would not only provide instant credibility and genius to Katie's company, but would be the ultimate act of professional betrayal against Ridge, forcing a direct father versus son and Forrester versus Forrester conflict that hasn't been seen since the days of Sally Spectra. The dollar bill's goal. Revenge masquerading as love. While Bill claims this is a purely romantic gesture, his history with Ridge and his hatred of the Forrester snobs suggests a deeper, more calculated plan. By financing Katie's rival house, Bill gets to elevate Katie. He gives her the professional power she always craved, solidifying her commitment to him. Punish Ridge. He knows Ridge's deepest vulnerability is his family's company. A successful rival will drive Ridge and Brooke apart as they panic to save their legacy. Wield influence. He will finally have a say in the fashion world, not as a publisher mocking it, but as the silent, all-powerful financial backer who can turn the industry upside down on a whim. This storyline is set to return the bold and the beautiful to its roots of high-stakes fashion rivalry. But this time the internal drama and family loyalties are more fractured than ever before. Forrester Creations is facing a battle for survival, not from an outsider, but from a family member backed by the seemingly endless power of Dollar Bill Spencer. The air inside the hallowed halls of Forrester Creations, usually buzzing with the creative energy of Haute Couture, is thick with an unprecedented tension. This isn't the familiar friction of a design rivalry or a romantic triangle. It's the quiet, cold dread of a corporate threat, one that stems from betrayal and deeply hurt feelings. The question hanging over the Forrester family, more sharp and immediate than any needle in the design room, is this: will Ridge Forrester lose his people, perhaps even his own father, to Katie Logan's new, formidable fashion house? The signs have been flashing crimson for weeks, escalating from mere internal disagreements to a full-blown existential crisis for the legendary fashion house. The root of this painful upheaval? A stunning confluence of events. Ridge's deeply dismissive treatment of his own father, Eric, and his and Brooke's perceived underappreciation and sidelining of Katie Logan in her role as head of public relations. Broken heart, the unforgivable scars. Eric and Katie. The emotional damage inflicted by Ridge's recent actions is far more destructive than any hostile takeover attempt. The ageism and Eric's heartbreak. The storyline began with a gut-wrenching confrontation where Ridge, backed by Brooke, essentially told his aging father, Eric Forrester, the heart and soul of the company, that it was time to retire. The painful irony of a son trying to put out to pasture the man who built the empire was not lost, invigorated and brimming with spectacular new designs that Steffi herself discovered, refused to be dismissed. He passionately declared that he will not be pushed aside. Yet Ridge's arrogant insistence on what he believed was best for his father, offering only a meaningless consultant role and a lunch date, finally broke Eric's spirit. In a truly devastating scene, Eric walked out, collecting his designs and standing alone on the Forrester Creations runway, a symbol of his shattered legacy. He is now sitting in the dark, devastated and pondering his next move. This is the most critical vulnerability. Eric Forrester is a legend, a mentor, and a father figure to many in the company. His abrupt and deeply sorrowful departure creates a vacuum, a void that can be filled by an opportunity that respects his talent. Katie's feeling of being unappreciated. Simultaneously, Ridge and Brooke's decision to hire an outside PR firm to handle the recent Luna scandal was a crushing blow to Katie Logan, Forrester Creations' dedicated head of public relations. Despite Katie's deep connection to the company and her family's involvement in the scandal, the move felt like a public declaration of no confidence. Katie has been deeply wounded. This isn't just about a job, it's about respect. Ridge and Brooke's dismissiveness echoed in the design office, making Katie feel expendable and completely underappreciated. A repeat of the pattern where Ridge dismisses the valuable insights of others, as he did earlier with Carter Walton. Collision the catalyst. Bill Spencer and the new fashion house. Enter Bill Spencer, the one person who always sees an emotional opportunity to strike at Ridge. Fresh off a sudden and heartfelt wedding to Katie, Bill has given his new wife the ultimate power move, her own, fully funded fashion house. This isn't just a business move, it's a family one. Bill has long wanted his family, including Katie, at Spencer Publications, but a competing fashion house is an even greater strike against the Forresters. The new company is being set up not just as a competitor, but as a sanctuary, a place where Katie and potentially others can find the respect, appreciation, and creative freedom they've been denied at Forrester Creations. The new company poses an immediate, tangible threat that Ridge and Brooke cannot ignore. Katie, armed with Bill's deep pockets and a newly cemented sense of self-worth, has the potential to become a true disruptor. Face screaming in fear, the people Ridge stands to lose. The true heartbreak for Ridge and Forrester Creations is the distinct possibility of an internal exodus. The staff, who have witnessed Eric's humiliation and Katie's pain, will be watching closely. Eric Forrester, the ultimate loss. The biggest, most painful departure would be Eric Forrester. If the Forrester patriarch decides to join Katie's new company, it would be a symbolic and commercial disaster. Symbolic weight. Eric's name is synonymous with the brand. His departure would tell the world that Forrester Creations is no longer about family or legacy, but about the cold, corporate arrogance of Ridge. Creative power. Eric's new, brilliant designs are still hidden away. If he brings those designs and his decades of unparalleled talent to Katie's new venture, it instantly transforms a startup into a major industry player, a direct, potent rival to his own son. Katie Logan, the brain's drain. Katie herself is a significant loss. As a PR specialist, she has the connections and media savvy necessary to launch a successful brand. She is also a Logan, and her defection deepens the already fractured family divide. Carter Walton, Zend, RJ. Ridge's recent history is littered with instances of disrespecting the younger generation and high-level executives. Carter Walton. Carter has previously pushed back against Ridge's ideas. If Eric leaves, Carter, as the COO and lead attorney, would be caught in the middle. His sense of justice, combined with his long-standing friendship with Katie, could lead him to question his future at FC. Zen Dominguez. As a junior designer who has always felt the squeeze under the dominant roles of Ridge and Eric, a fresh start with a company that values its talent could be irresistible. R.J. Forrester. R.J. has been working alongside his father, but if he sees his grandfather, Eric, being welcomed and respected elsewhere, the pull of family loyalty could make his position at FC untenable. The Forecast. A fashion war of unprecedented emotional stakes. The new company isn't just a business competitor. It is the physical manifestation of Ridge's mistakes and the wounded pride of the Logan family. Bill Spencer's involvement ensures that this will not be a quiet, dignified rivalry. This will be a scorched earth fashion war designed to hurt Ridge, professionally and personally. Forrester Creations is reeling from a massive shift in power, with Eric symbolically giving up his leadership and leaving the company entirely in the hands of Ridge and Brooke. This vulnerability, coupled with the potential exodus of key personnel, is the most profound challenge the fashion house has faced in years. Today's news is a profoundly sad turning point. Ridge's dismissal of his father's talent and Katie's commitment has birthed a nemesis powerful enough to bring Forrester Creations to its knees. The question is no longer if people will leave, but how many, and who will be the final, devastating blow to Ridge's ego and his family's empire? The next few days promise to be the most dramatic, and perhaps the saddest, in the history of the bold and the beautiful. The news hit the airwaves like a lead balloon dropped from the top of the Spencer Publications skyscraper. Dollar Bill Spencer, the mogul, the maverick, the man who once sneered at silk and scoffed at sequins, has officially plunged headfirst into the very world he swore to annihilate. The cutthroat, drama-soaked landscape of Los Angeles fashion. For the dedicated faithful of the bold and the beautiful B&B, this isn't just a plot twist. It's an existential crisis. It's the sound of 1,000 the bold and the beautiful fan forums weeping into their laptop keyboards. It is, quite simply, the very sad news of the day. Our beloved, devilish, sword-wielding anti-hero, Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, has had a complete and total personality transplant, and the long-term prognosis for his iconic character is grim. The betrayal of the master of the universe. Bill Spencer Jr. burst onto the scene in 2009, a breath of fresh, ruthless air into the often stale, scented world of Forrester Creations. He was the unapologetic publishing magnate, the self-proclaimed master of the universe. His mission, a legacy from his late father, was crystal clear: crush Forrester Creations and bring the Logan family to their knees. He was a man who understood power, media, and the art of the boardroom coup. His wardrobe consisted of perfectly tailored suits. His catchphrase was "Take 'em down!" and his currency was vengeance, not vogue. He was the thrilling, dangerous counterpoint to the pastel-clad, perpetually swooning Forresters and Logans. He was the wrecking ball we needed to keep the soap from becoming too saccharine. Now, he's not just dabbling. He's practically bankrolling a new competitor. The recent bombshell, Bill gifting his newly remarried wife, Katie Logan, a brand new fashion house, is the ultimate act of character assassination. Isn't Katie getting a new career? The tragedy is what this means for Bill. It means his powerful, media-fueled narrative is being absorbed and neutered by the very world he was meant to destroy. It means Dollar Bill is no longer Dollar Bill. He's just another secondary character orbiting the Forrester/Logan family drama. The price of a mealy-mouthed crybaby. Fans have watched, increasingly frustrated, as Bill has undergone a slow, painful neutering process over the last few years. The razor-sharp edge has been blunted. The steel spine has softened. He's been seen allowing the dressmaker, Ridge Forrester, to berate and talk down to him, an unthinkable scenario for the Bill of yesteryear. He's been weeping over complicated love triangles rather than plotting hostile takeovers. The transformation into what some disgruntled viewers are calling a mealy-mouthed crybaby is a painful watch. It feels like a disservice to the dynamic acting of Don Diamant and a profound misuse of one of the show's most complex and compelling characters. His power was derived from his opposition to the fashion world, his casual cruelty, his unapologetic pursuit of wealth and revenge. To inject him willingly into the fashion drama is to remove his unique function in the B&B ecosystem. He was the shark in the waters. Now he's a goldfish in the Forrester family's decorative pond. The loss of the rivalry, his iconic feud with Ridge Forrester, was a pillar of the show. It was a battle of the boardroom versus the design studio. Now, that rivalry is diluted as Bill becomes another player in the same game, merely competing for rack space instead of global media dominance. The end of Spencer Publications' drama. The show has virtually stopped showing Bill doing what Bill does best, running a media empire. The intricate, high-stakes plots involving magazines, tabloids, and corporate espionage have been replaced by discussions of fabrics and fittings. The very premise that brought his character to life, the influence of publishing on fashion, is now ignored in favor of a direct fashion house rivalry. The dilution of stakes. When Bill was outside the fashion world, his actions had real weight. He could buy Forrester creations. He could publish scandalous secrets. Now that he's inside, his battles are reduced to who wins the next fashion showdown, making his wealth and cunning feel less impactful. A desperate plea to the showrunner. The storyline, while a lovely gesture for the recently reunited Beatty, Bill and Katie, is a disaster for Bill's character. It's an attempt to revitalize Katie's career by sacrificing the essence of her husband's. While fans support Katie's happiness, they're mourning the loss of the Bill Spencer they came to love, the one who would never accept being a secondary player in a world of twirling mannequins. This sad news is a desperate call from the fandom to head writer and executive producer Bradley Bell. Please retrieve Dollar Bill from the clutches of the dressmakers. We want the man who, upon first arriving in Los Angeles, was determined to fulfill his father's dying wish to destroy Forrester. We want the man who had his own son trapped in a gondola just to manipulate his love life. We want the man who flew a fake Spencer sword banner over the sky of Los Angeles to make a point. The new fashion house, while a major shakeup in competition for Forrester creations, has come at too high a cost. The soul of Dollar Bill Spencer. The hope for a phoenix moment. The only silver lining, the faint glimmer of hope in this dark time for Bill fans, is the possibility of a spectacular double cross. We hold on to the dream that this new fashion house is merely a long con, a master plan cooked up by the real Dollar Bill Spencer. Perhaps he's infiltrated the fashion world to learn its weaknesses. Perhaps this new company is the Trojan horse that will finally allow him to fulfill his father's mission and truly crush Forrester creations from the inside. Until then, we are left to mourn the master of the universe who traded his mighty Spencer sword for a spool of silk thread. It is a sad day indeed, and the only thing that could make it sadder is if he starts designing the clothes himself.